All knowledge and understanding of the universe was no more than playing with stones and shells on the seashore of the vast imponderable ocean of truth. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Live your life as an exclamation, rather than an explanation. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. What goes up must come down. You have to make the rules, not follow them. My powers are ordinary. Only my application brings me success. If I am anything, which I highly doubt, I have made myself so, by hard work. An object that is at rest will tend to remain at rest. An object that is in motion will tend to remain in motion, unless acted upon by an outside force. To arrive at the simplest truth requires years of contemplation. The best way to understanding is a few good examples. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. Errors are not in the art, but in the artificers. If I had stayed for other people, to make my tools and things for me, I had never made anything. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. For if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. Philosophy is such an impertinently litigious lady, that a man had as good be engaged in lawsuits, as have to do with her. If I have done the public any service, it is due to my patient thought. If you are affronted, it is better to pass it by in silence or with a jest, though with some dishonor, than to endeavor revenge. If you can keep reason above passion, that and watchfulness will be your best defenders. Trials are medicines, which our gracious and wise physician prescribes, because we need them, and he proportions the frequency and weight of them, to what the case requires. Let us trust his skill and thank him for his prescription. I understood. I have understood. I do understand. Where both are friends, it is right to prefer truth. I shall not mingle conjectures with certainties. It is the weight, not the number of experiments, that is to be regarded. I see I have made myself a slave to philosophy. To me, there has never been a higher source of earthly honor or distinction than that connected with advances in science. Nature is very consonant and conformable with herself. I feign no hypotheses. My principal method for defeating error and heresy is by establishing the truth. One purposes to fill a bushel with tares, but if I can fill it first with wheat, I may defy his attempts. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. Tact is the art of making a point, without making an enemy. Truth is ever to be found in simplicity. not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. The proper method for inquiring after the properties of things is to deduce them from experiments. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man, or even for any one age. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty, and leave the rest for others that come after you. Religion and philosophy are to be preserved distinct. We are not to introduce divine revelations into philosophy, or philosophical opinions into religion. We build too many walls, and not enough bridges. Infinites, when considered absolutely without any restriction or limitation, are neither equal nor unequal, nor have any certain proportion one to another, and therefore, the principle that all infinites are equal, is a precarious one. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Genius is patience. If the experiments which I urge be defective, it cannot be difficult to show the defects. But if valid, then by proving the theory, they must render all objections invalid. If others would think as hard as I did, then they would get similar results. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. I keep the subject constantly before me, and wait till the first dawning opens slowly, by little and little, into a full and clear light.